Hello everyone, my name is Priya and I welcome you all back to my channel. I hope you all are doing great. In the last video, we discussed about Article 42. If you haven't seen that video yet, then the link is given in the description box. Today we will discuss about our next article, that is Article 43. According to the categorization of articles of DPSP, Article 43 comes under socialistic principles. Article 43 talks about living wage, etc. for workers. It says, the state shall endeavour to secure by suitable legislation or economic organization or in any other way to all workers, agricultural, industrial or otherwise, work a living wage, conditions of work ensuring a decent standard of life and full enjoyment of leisure and social and cultural opportunities. And in particular, the state shall endeavour to promote cottage industries on an individual or cooperative basis in rural areas. In short, Article 43 talks about mainly two things. Number 1, providing living wages to workers, and number 2, promoting cottage industries. We will understand both the points individually. First, let us understand what is living wage. To understand the meaning of living wage, we need to understand the differences among minimum wage, fair wage and living wage. Wages means a payment made by an employer to an employee in terms of money for work done in a specific period of time. Now talking about the differences, minimum wages are the lowest payment an employer has to pay to an employee for a particular work, which includes food, clothing and shelter. That is the lowest limit below which wages cannot be allowed. Fair wage is the wage which is above the minimum wage but below the living wage. The concept of fair wage is linked with the capacity of industry to pay. Let's understand this with an example. There are two employments, employment A and employment B. Both the employments require same amount of work, effort, ability, training and has same amount of difficulties and challenges. So if the wages that is given in employment A is being given in the same way in employment B, then these kind of wages are known as fair wages. If any of them provides less wage for the same amount of hard work, then that will not be a fair wage. Simply, the average payment made in same categories of employment which requires same amount of input, then that is known as fair wage. Now coming to the living wage. Living wage is the income level that allows employee and his family to afford not only food, clothing and shelter, but also other comforts like education of children, medical facilities, essential social needs, and insurance against important misfortunes like old age or during illness, etc. This is the basic difference among minimum wage, fair wage, and living wage. Now, this article, that is Article 43, talks about providing this living wage to workers. So, according to this article, it is the duty of the state to secure by suitable legislation to all workers, either agricultural, industrial or otherwise work, to provide a proper living wage which will ensure a decent standard of life, full enjoyment of leisure. Leisure means free time. The person can enjoy his free time with his family. and can also ensure social and cultural opportunities like participating in social clubs, gatherings, etc. And that's why living wage is important and is included in the Indian Constitution in Article 43. Now the second important point which is mentioned in Article 43 is promoting cottage industries. Now what is cottage industry? Cottage industry is also known as small scale industry or village or household industry. It is defined by a small business in which people work in their own houses, often using their own equipments. Such kind of occupations comes under cottage industries. A large part of Indian population earns a living through cottage industries. For example, cotton or silk weaving, carpet making, milk-based industry, handloom industry, handicraft industry, pottery making, stone sculpture making, zari work, etc. These are few examples, and you will find a lot more such examples all over India, where people are able to run their families because of these small businesses. So it is very important to preserve and promote cottage industries. And that's why Article 43 talks about promoting cottage industries. Here you can see it is written, the state shall endeavour to promote cottage industries on an individual or cooperative basis in rural areas. This means it is the duty of the state to promote cottage industries whether it is being run by a single person or group of people in rural areas. There are some boards created by government to look after these industries, like All India Handloom Board, All India Handicraft Board, All India Khadi and Village Industries Board, schemes like Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program, Scheme of Fund for Regeneration of Traditional Industries, etc. are also there. So altogether, this article, that is Article 43, focuses on these two things, that is providing living wages to workers and promoting cottage industries. So that's all about Article 43 from my side. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, thank you so much for watching this video.